Hey guys, happy Friday. Sorry that we've been away. Like I said, self-care is one of our biggest points to get across here, and we have not been here due to some life events. My granddaughter's recital first, and it was just a self-care last Friday, for me anyway. But we're back, we're here. Bear with me, I am tired today, but sorry we're getting a little late start here. We've had some weather, so it's been a little crazy here. Hopefully you're out there, you're listening, you're able to jump in. If you're out there, please raise your hand, send a little hello into the comments. If you are capable of adding to the comments, feel free to give us a call in if you want to share anything that might be on your mind. We're here and we're listening, and we hope that you're all doing well. I have been getting some phone calls, so things are going on out there that people are struggling with. So if you are out there, you are struggling, please feel free to give us a shout so we can sit down and chat with you about whatever it is that might be on your mind. We've had a little bit of weather today. It's been crazy weather today. The heat is on full blast. We finally got some rain, which cooled things down just a little bit, just enough. It's been pretty wicked hot lately, and we're finally getting cooled down. So, hey Lar, we are back in the house, and I do know I promised you a guest speaker tonight, but due to the weather and our little area here becomes a little island, so I didn't want them to risk, driving in tonight and getting stuck in any way. She is from the area, however, not sure if she's aware of, the bridge flooding or the other roads flooding. So I just thought it would be best if we just reschedule her. So you're stuck with me. Pappy is very tired today, so he's going to be either listening from his bed or he'll probably already asleep in his bed. So we're hanging with me tonight. Sorry, I am all alone, so anybody that wants to call in, please call in, and you can help me out here. Again, if you are someone that is struggling with their recovery, if you are somebody struggling with where to go, let me check with Richard. We are having some issues, so that might be the problem. Let me see. I'm gonna pop me on and see if we can hear me. So I will see. I know we're supposed to be live, but it's not looking live. Hold on. Eric, can you hear me? I hope you can. I don't know why it's not even opening up for me, so bear with me one moment. We were having some technical difficulties getting on, so he's got, but it's not live. Hold on. Okay. Can you hear me? Yes. I think it's you, Lar. Turn your volume up because I can hear myself. and Richard and Eric can hear us. So maybe, jump out and jump back in if you have to. But that people are hearing us. So jump out, jump back in. We'll still be here. I hope everybody is enjoying their spring. I got to go to the shore Tuesday and Wednesday, and it was just an awesome day. The weather was perfect. The beach was amazing, except for some construction, rebuilding some of the beaches that have been eroding due to the storms we've been getting. So that was a little difficult journey, getting over the ruts that the big trucks were making. But perfect weather. I don't know if anybody knows of Wildwood North. We went down there to get onto the boardwalk to have pizza. Went to a couple places that actually I know a lot of people go to hang out, and it was really nice. It was a really nice time, and my best friend Betty Ann has a place down there, and she invited me down. We did some just relaxing, and it was beautiful. We're heading back down again in 4th of July weekend, so looking forward to that with Pappy. Hoping to get some beach days in before the crowds get real heavy down there. The water was a little bit chilly, but the day was beautiful. I hope you guys are taking time to get out there and just relax and just try to chill out a little bit, just take in the spring, the summer. Before you know it, the winter comes and it's miserable, it's cold, it's snowy. And I can't complain because we really have not had a lot of bad snows lately, which I am not complaining one bit at all, because I loathe snow. So I'm happy with that. Let's see. I do know that I haven't been watching the news, but I've been listening to bits and pieces here or there. I try not to listen to I try not to listen to the news because it's just so damn depressing anymore. But the mayor of Philadelphia is really doing all that she can to clean up Kensington neighborhoods and make it a safer place for the neighbors in the area. They're trying to make it to clean it up and to get help for those people that are out on the street. We just had a graduating class to the Philadelphia Police Department. They are going to be released at the major corners in Kensington to make arrests. I hope she knows what she's doing, because we all know that you cannot arrest this disease. This disease is a disease of, they need to get to that point where they are ready to do the recovery process. So I don't know what her plans are. I hope that she does well. I hope she gets them the help that they need and not put them in jail, unless they're the big kings. Then, hey Betty Ann, hey Lar, Eric's in the house, Richard Parker's in the house, Pappy might be asleep by now, but yeah, she's doing all she can to try and clean things up, and I hope that she does well with that. I hope she gets the help that they need out there, and it's just such a really sad disease, and it breaks my heart to see so many people, um, suffering out there. And I feel bad for the neighbors with children that have to wake up on the daily basis and have to see what's going on out there. Have the young children that have to get onto the bus to go to school, or walk maybe with an older sibling to the school. It's a very sad place, and so many people are out there struggling and suffering. So I hope that they get their crap together, and I hope they find beds for these people that really want it, and I hope it's not wasted. I hope that people are getting that seed and plant it, and even if this isn't the first step to their recovery, I hope that a seed is planted to follow them through to another day of help and healing. So that's my hope with all of this going on. I'm hoping other cities fall in place. I hope that maybe she thinks about the people that are down there and maybe getting them back to where they're from, so that they can find beds in their areas and find help within the families that don't know where they are, that they're worried sick about them, that maybe they don't know they're even in Philadelphia. Maybe they're from Indiana, maybe they're from California, maybe they're from Colorado. It doesn't matter. People flocked to Kensington because it was the best heroin out there. We were the drug capital, the heroin capital of the United States. And so many people thought, well, I'm just going to go down and check it out. And they're stuck down there. They got so hooked on this heroin that they never left. They didn't know. All their money went to the drug, and they couldn't go back home. So I'm hoping she thinks about that and gets them in the area that they're from, so that they can find that help, hopefully get home and have that family support to get them through and help them to recover the way they deserve. It's so hard out there with the drugs that are out there today. The drugs are so potent, and them trying to get the help that they need is so scary, because the pain that comes with the detox is so difficult for them. So I'm just praying for everybody. I'm praying that they do it the right way and don't cause other issues down the line. I hope that they start finding those that are responsible for some of the dealing down there, the big guys, the ones that are making the money and turning our young ones and our family members that we love and care for so deeply, just hoping that they get the help that they need. And let's see, L says, and I'm not sure who that is, I'm assuming, but I don't know who that is, but they say, I hope if they arrest them, they just don't throw them in jail without giving them detox meds right away and medical care. Otherwise, we will have a sad situation at the Philly prisons. That's absolutely true. It's so sad to see how they're treated, the stigma of it all, and how they're treated in the prison systems, and how they're looked upon. So I'm hoping to see, I'm praying to see that this goes the right way. And they say, da, 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 da. They definitely need to arrest the big time dealers, not the users. And that's, and that's the hardest part of all of this. Because many people don't realize that people that are using, that are heavy in their addiction, that they will buy enough to keep them well, to keep them so they don't go into that overdose detox mode, and then have enough to sell also to make sure that they have enough money for when they run out of their own personal use. So it's so hard. It's like it's so hard. It's so hard on who do you put in jail, who do you get help for, who is the dealer and who is the user. It's just so hard to determine. And since hot bags may be one little pack in a bundle, you may have purchased that amount just to keep you well and sold the rest just so that you have enough money to buy more. And the person that got it from you, not being a dealer but being a user, they get a hot bag and that person dies. It's hard to say. Like, I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about that. I just feel that, that's an accidental overdose. That's definitely an accidental overdose when you're buying a bag, you don't know there's a hot bag in there, you're just doing it to get more money for when you need more of the drug, versus the dealer that is putting the hot bag in there, the big time, the one that the user is purchasing from that person, purchasing a full bundle. It's such a difficult way of looking at that, because I know people that have lost a loved one in both instances. We have to get these big dealers off the street. How we do that, I don't know, because you arrest one and the next one's taken their spot. You arrest one and the one that's already dealing, 2 streets over now have more people coming to them. It's an ugly circle. And how we're going to do this, I have the answer, but I don't have the money, and I don't even know how to approach to make it heard. But we, as the citizens of the United States of America, need to really speak up. We really need to use our voices and be heard so that we can stop this ugliness. I think they know who the big dealers are. They have an elaborate system on every corner. And unfortunately, that is so true. I watched, I can't think of the name of the show, but it was an actual step by step on watching it produce, watching it, the seeds planted, it being harvested, it being, broke down into, the liquid form, then crystallizing, then moving through, different countries, and then moving it into the United States, and then dispersing it through different channels that spread out over, your major highways to get it to the major cities. It is elaborate. It is difficult. Again, you can arrest that one and the next one's there in line waiting to make the big money. And it just breaks my heart to see how many lives we're losing due to all of this. So I think we really need to focus on getting these people where they belong, with their area, with their state that they're from, with the township or the county that they're from. Get them the beds, get them the help that they need. And, instead of arresting them, making it that they can't leave the rehab. When people are to the point that they've had enough and they say, I need help, I want help, and they go to a rehab center, a place that they can, get help. They're not prisoners. They can, go through, if they're not using, the comfort meds to get them through a detox, they can just get up and leave. They're not prisoners. They don't have to be held there. But why aren't we taking these abandoned buildings and making Big Pharma responsible for rehabbing these buildings and making it actually turning it into, a rehab that they cannot leave. I know that, they have to want it. I get it. I understand that. But if they are there and they are in a place where, if they're in a place that they can just walk out of, what kind of help is that? There's no help. But if we if we don't incarcerate them, but put them in a place of help and let them get to where they need to be, let them get through the detox, let them do 120 days of rehab, let Big Pharma pay for that instead of dispersing this money and it being used for other things and not for recovery. Why are we not doing this? And who's going to get on board and put our feet down and say, well, we've had enough. This is what needs to be done, and this is where the money needs to go. That is the most important thing in my eyes, that we keep them in a system instead of incarcerating them in a jail for something that they would have never ever in their life done if they weren't doing the drug or the drinking the alcohol or smoking the marijuana. Getting them into a place that is helping them, that they cannot just walk out of, that they are held accountable for those mistakes, so that they are facing their consequences without being in jail, but actually being part of a system, a community that can help the next person get well and stay well. Why aren't we getting the doctors, the lawyers, the Indian chiefs in there and getting them through there and using them to give back to those that are in there? I'm not going to say, put somebody in there that, harmed somebody violently or used a gun, a knife, or a weapon of any source. I'm talking about those that have made that wrong decision because of their addiction and, stole some clothes or stole some of the Red Bulls out of the store to sell for money on the street to get their drug. People don't understand that this is what addiction is. Doing things that you never, ever in your life thought you would do. These are the things in this world that we find that never, I will never steal. I will never take money or items from my family to get high. I will never, prostitute myself to get drugs. I will never hold somebody up at, gunpoint, knife point, whatever, to get drugs until they do. When they run out of situations where they have to make the most difficult choice in their life just to keep well, because they're not doing it to stay high, they're doing it to stay well, so they don't feel the detox wrenching at their body, which is what detox is. It is excruciating pain that they don't feel will ever go away. If only they could get through the first 5 days of the diarrhea, the vomiting, the excruciating nerve pain, the muscle pain. If they could only get through that with the comfort meds into a system that keeps them there, that they cannot leave, and we get the right people in there, and maintain that building with the people that are in there. I'm not saying, you're going to pay somebody to maintain it. Then use the people that are there and pay them to maintain their building. Make them feel worthy and give them self-worth to want to live in an environment that is beautiful, that is safe, that is helping them to move further along in their life and build a better life for everybody involved. And why are we not holding Big Pharma accountable for that? To make sure that those properties are paid for, that medical attention is paid for medically by Big Pharma, who caused the most of this. And I am talking everyone, every pharmacy out there that, has, given opiates, barbiturate, just freely for anybody that said they needed it, for a toothache, for, a broken finger. These are the people that are needing to be held accountable for. And this is what I feel will get our country into a better place, into a safer place, and not having family members lose a loved one. We're losing so many every day still to this day, and nobody talks about it. Nobody has any idea of what's going on. It just seems to have been swept, to the side. You don't hear about it like you used to. Not everybody is watching television anymore. Everybody's streaming, so you're not seeing the commercials. You're not hearing the commercials because everybody's streaming their music. You see a billboard here and there. You don't see a lot of these venues anymore out there that discuss it. They just don't discuss it at all anymore. And you have all of these different organizations that have to go through so much red tape just to be able to say something about it. if you're not wrapped up in it, and because I have been so far out of it, this is 8+ years for me, that over 8.5 years now for me that we've been involved in this process, and you just don't hear it anymore. You don't see it on the news. You hear of arrests of big drug busts because it's an election year. Once the election year is over, then it's, you can hear crickets. Like, this is what's wrong with our country. We're losing more and more people every single day to overdoses. We are losing so many people because of alcoholism. And it is just pissing me off because nobody seems to have a solution. And nobody seems to be putting the money where it belongs. And I just get so pissed off when it comes to the DARE program that, don't smoke cigarettes. We're beyond that. We are so beyond that. In elementary school, they are doing drugs. They're not smoking cigarettes. They're doing heavy drugs, heavy drinking. And that's where we need to really focus our attention, is in the elementary schools. We have to get peer people in there talking about it, letting our younger children understand that the kids sitting next to them may not even have food in their refrigerator because the parents are getting high, the grandparents are getting high. They're in a horrible family environment where the abuse is so bad because of drugs or alcohol. We're seeing it, and the parents are afraid. Well, we don't want to be discussing that to our elementary students. And when I was going through the school system with my son, it was, don't do drugs, just say no. Well, it's not that simple, it's not that easy. And then the DARE program, when I sat on our township's drug committee, to hear that we're going to have the elementary students do posters on addiction. We're going to have them do drawings so that we can make pins for them to wear. And then we're going to give the winner of the poster, a bicycle. Oh, better yet, let's give the winner, let's take the money from that and give them books to help them as they go off to school, to help them pay for, whatever they need for their schooling. How about we take that money and get a bed for somebody? Because you're going to give money to a child that has gone through the recovery process. They may not want to go to school. They may want to go to tech school. They may not want to follow a career path. They may want to do a tech school. So now you're just throwing that money away. Get them beds. Open up beds for these people that want it, that are really ready for it, and cannot get a bed. And even if they're not ready, at least get them a bed and have those seeds planted. I don't care how many times you go to detox, how many times you go to rehab, how many times you do an entire program. You know, keep going back until you get it. I hate to see beds wasted on somebody that's just not ready. And that's why I think we need to have these buildings, these abandoned warehouses that are just draining our big cities and our communities, sitting there going by the wayside when Big Pharma can be rehabbing them and getting these people the help that they need, getting them well and getting them strong enough to be able to go out into the community and succeed successfully. We're so held back from people that are dealing with, jail time, that can't find a decent job because of their record. For somebody that would have never done that if it weren't for the drugs and alcohol. When you go through the treatment center, does that mean you're done and you're not going to go back to it? Not necessarily. And I said it before, if you're not dealing with the stuff underneath, you're not going to get there. You're not going to help that person. You're going to have to dig deep and get them to understand that they need to open up. They need to get this stuff out. They need to understand that they need to just take whatever's just stuck down deep inside of them and let it out and free themselves so that they can continue to move on and get well and stay well. So that's my rant. So, I don't know how to make the money to make it happen, but, we as a community, we need to stand up and we need to stomp our feet and we need to get people to listen and to hear us and to hear that we need that help for our family, our friends, our neighbors. Let's go, village. Let's get it on. Let's get somebody to listen and somebody to understand that this is what we need for our community, for our country that is in such a hellish area right now. We need to get that help out there. So now that you've heard my ranting, I see people are popping on left and right. I don't know if you've been here before. This is a recovery chat, and if you are struggling and need some support, need some suggestions on what step to take next, please feel free to subscribe to the page so that you can comment in the messages or give us a call at 267-737-8031. You can give us a call in here and we can chat. We have people in the feed already that are willing to share their experiences and share their suggestions, because that's what it is. It's a matter of a group of people getting together and seeing what helped them get to where they are today. And this group is awesome. We have such a great group of people that are here and want to help the next person. And that's what this is about, helping one another get to where they need to be, getting people to find the help that they need. We're not seeing that. We're not seeing those resources out there anymore. if you're not affected by this in any way, you don't know that there are recovery community centers that can help our loved one once they get out of treatment. Treatment is so limited today. You are lucky. You are so lucky if an insurance company will give you more than 90 days. You are so lucky and blessed to get 23, 28 days. You know, it's horrible when the insurance companies are telling you that, you know, you should be better by now. They don't live in your body. They don't know what's going on inside of you. And a lot of your treatment centers don't realize that there's some deep, dark things living inside of you, especially if you are the master manipulator. A lot of them are in recovery and can read between the lines and can see that. But there's a lot of people that, you know, have been affected by addiction by a loved one that may go to school. And they've had the life experience because they tried to do and get the help that their loved one needed. But they're just, you know, life experience is probably the best education you're going to get for substance use disorder. And, you know, that is one of the biggest things is, you know, seeing what's been out there, seeing, you know, what steps to take to start the process of helping a loved one. That's what we see out there when a person has just totally have had enough and want to find the help that they need. And I pray that that comes quickly because it is so necessary. And, you know, being truthful with your children as they're growing up and letting them know that, you know, this is something that is this is something that lives inside them, and they won't know it and they won't feel it until they take their first drink, until they take their first pill, until they, you know, smoke marijuana. You're not going to know that you have an addictive personality until you take that first one and your body reacts to it and feels a certain way. Something, your body feels something that it's never felt before. You feel comfortable in that body. You know, let them know that. Let them understand that, you know, you have family history, that, you know, whatever side of the family has it, if both sides have it, if there's mental illness on either side, both sides, and what's going to happen when you throw that substance into that brain, what could possibly occur at that point. We need to be honest. We need to be open. We need to let them know that, you know, nobody's smarter than that. If you have the addictive brain, you're going to have more of a chance at being an addict than you will being a, you know, school teacher or what have you, and lose all of that. So be honest with your children. Talk to them. You know, we're blue in the face, but, you know, it won't happen to me. I'm I'm smarter than that. If I know I can stop at any time, you really can't. You can't until you just can't do it anymore and you're just run down. And we don't understand that people are out there and they just don't know there's a way out. Even though they've heard it in school through DARE, even though they might have caught it in a commercial somewhere, they don't really know it because they're not thinking with the right mind. They're not thinking with a clear head. They're thinking that I just need to get high because I'm starting to feel pain. I'm starting to feel the detox. I'm not feeling good. I feel sick as a dog. So what's going to help me get through that? Oh, let's take another pill. Let's take another needle. Let's take another shot. That's what they hear. They don't hear that there is help. So make sure that you're talking to your loved ones like that. Make sure that when you're out and talking to people that don't understand addiction, that this is what we're dealing with. It happens to the best of us, happens to the worst of us. It doesn't matter. It doesn't care. It just is going to take whoever it wants to take. Hi, Marge. Yes, I did have a great time down the shore. It was very relaxing. We just went and had a good time. We had we didn't kill ourselves, trying to get here, there. We just took our time. We just chatted. Me and my best friend, we just talked and we're both older now and, we shared our ailments. Because that's what older people do. It actually is a thing. So, no, we had a blast. But we always do. It doesn't matter where we're at. I went swimming with the kids today at her house as well because my granddaughter's last day of kindergarten was today. So she's just very excited. Now she's excited about getting to the beach and going swimming and, having fun. I know she's going to start complaining soon because, her friends were all in school and now she won't see them. She won't see some of them until September. So, we were driving today and she was like, oh, that's so-and-so's bus stop. Oh, that's so-and-so's bus. That's my crush's bus stop. So, hopefully we'll run into some of the kids that she went to school with this year, being her very first year. And hopefully we'll get some play dates in as well. But, she's going to first grade and God bless her, she did such a great job this year in kindergarten, and seems to be really loving school. So we'll see what happens, as each year progresses and gets harder, how much she loves it. And yes, Buddy Ann, we had a great time and can't wait to do it again. And can't wait to have girls' weekend down there too, or weekday, whatever. Whenever I can get down the shore, I'm going this year. I'm not missing out on the shore this year. It's just so relaxing. It's so calming, and that's what's important for us as maybe loved ones of somebody that is suffering from addiction, is finding time for yourself. That's what's important for somebody that's in recovery, is finding time for yourself, relaxing, and just looking around and seeing everything that's out there and taking it in and enjoying the smell of the ocean hearing the waves crash, listening to kids play on the beach, or being up the mountains and smelling the musty, piney, earthy smell. It's important. Marge says, my new therapist recommended I come to the family meetings again. I wasn't able to log on and had car trouble, so couldn't go. Yes, it takes a minute or two to figure out how to get into that. Just keep trying. It's important. You know, I'm 8.5 years into this. My son is 8 years in recovery. And Ashley's now 7 years in recovery. And I'm so blessed to see that they're still going, still, you know, not using, and just having my grandchildren is just amazing. You know, you just don't think that you'll ever get there again, and to actually see it and have it is amazing. And for those that may be watching or listening out there right now that have somebody in the throes of their addiction still, don't give up. Just keep the hope going. I always say, you know, prepare yourself for the worst, but always, always, always keep the hope. It's so important to be hopeful and to keep strong. And the way you do that is by taking care of yourself. Let them take care of themselves. You stay in your lane, they stay in their lane. Everything gets to be a lot better. Marge says, my loved one is clean since October, and he's down to 37 milligrams of methadone. I'm so proud of him, but I'm a worrier. Well, you know, cautiously optimistic, they say. You know, if methadone is his path, then methadone is his path. And I will always suggest that you make sure that the clinic he is in doesn't have a line wrapped around the building, that there is a taper down process, and that he is attending meetings. He's attending the counseling that they have to do with any MAT program. Just because you're taking a MAT, a medically assisted treatment, you still have to work the program. You still have to get that stuff out. He chose to come off it himself. Will be done in like 3 or 4 months. The only thing I can suggest with a methadone taper is you take it as slow as you possibly can. Methadone is harder to get off of than any drug or any MAT program out there. Very slow process. There is a page out there. It is, what is it called? And the person on the page actually the person actually out there shared her journey, and it was very difficult, and she did it quickly because she had, you know, her mind set to what she was going to do. And she actually documented her entire, I don't know why I can't think of the name. Oh, Anthony's Act. Anthony's Act, check that out. I don't know if they saved their things, but she took it probably a lot faster than she should have. But she had set herself a goal, and it became very difficult at times because she tried so fast, so hard. So make sure that they're making aware that that's what they're doing, and that's what you want out of it. She has just announced that she will not be sharing her recovery anymore because she's where she needs to be, and everything she's ever discussed or talked about was within this page, and shared her story and shared her journey of addiction, recovery, relapse, and the MAT program and the taper down. Like she did it, and she met somebody, she's had a baby, and she wants to live her life as her family. So, check it out. You have to be let in, I think. I think it's a private group. I'm not really sure. But it is a good group, and you can follow her story on that page, I do believe. So I highly suggest it. I highly suggest going very slow, but getting down the best you can. I know so many people that are living so many years on methadone and don't feel like they can ever get off of it. And I think truly, if you're not being recommended as a step down, you might want to reconsider the clinic you're going to. Methadone is very hard on the body. It's very hard, and can have a lifelong effect on your body as well. So they say that it is worse to detox from than heroin, and I'm sure fentanyl. And I do know that there is another tranquilizer or sedative anyway out there that they're also putting into all the other craziness that's out there. That there's no medication to help you to wean down. There's no comfort meds to help you through it. There's no detox for these certain things that are going into it. And the worst part of it all is the trank that's out there, that's causing so many opened wounds. So many people can't get into treatment because of it. I just was dealing with, the system, because she's in treatment. The patient is in treatment. She's doing everything she can to get help, and because she has Philadelphia insurance, state insurance, there's nothing they can do for her. And when SAMHSA says, if you need help and you want help, call SAMHSA. As long as you do not live in the city of Philadelphia, they can help you with resources. Of course, it has to be the person that is struggling with the substance. It cannot be mom, it can't be dad, it can't be Aunt Flo, it can't be, Kelly, my best friend. It has to be the person that wants the help. And if they don't want the help, I will say more than likely, if they don't want the help, they're going to know it. And they're not going to put you in a place that is going to be great. I mean, and that's just my feeling, because the system really, truly sucks. And Marge, that's why the system sucks. That's why addiction sucks, because everybody is making money off of this, and it pisses me off. And that's why I say, use the people that are in recovery to give back. You want room and board? This is what we can do for you. We're going to pay a nurse to come in and do what you already can do. How about so much volunteer time, and we'll pay you whatever we would pay a nurse, as long as they are in recovery and they're doing well, they're sticking to the program. I don't know why we're not doing this. I don't know why we are not helping with this. Why we are not using resources that are right there in the recovery process, and paying them and making sure that they're staying on track. We have to remember, a lot of times people that are in recovery that get jobs in the recovery process stop doing the meetings and everything, because they feel that they are connected. They are living the addiction world or the recovery world. And I know how difficult it is trying to be an advocate for somebody that is trying to get help, and the system just keeps blocking every ounce of the way. We have to do better, and we have to figure out what we can do. We need intake centers for those that are suffering from the xylazine, the tranq, that is causing open sores. So many people are losing limbs and cannot get the help that they need because they have open sores, or their body is so broken that they're in wheelchairs, that they're in whatever medical issue that they are in, and can't get a recovery house, can't get a rehab center to help them because of all of their medical issues. People don't understand that the people that are in these rehab centers, unless it's a medical treatment center, these are not nurses that are wound doctors. They're not nurses that can do things other than help through detox, help with handing out your comfort meds. These are not medical nurses or medical doctors. They are treatment, they are rehab nurses, that specialize just in that. So they're not going to be able to do open sore cleaning out sores or what have you. They're not going to be able to do, stitches or anything like that. And that's what we're lacking in this right now. We have people that are going into the ER rooms that have just festering wounds, that smell so horrible, that have maggots in them every day, that get turned away from any kind of treatment center because they have the open wounds, that it's just so bad. So that's what we need to fight. We need to find intake centers, something that will hold a patient and have doctors that are able to perform wound care, that can help the person get to the point that they can take the next step to detox, so that they can take the next step to treatment, so that they can take the next step to transitional living is so important. I think, living in, you have your transitional living, you have your sober house, you have your rehab, you have your sober house. These are all step down, continued, help for the loved one that is struggling. So we need to stand together. We need to make sure that we're getting our voices heard, that we are making a stand and getting the help out there for our loved ones. For the people that are out there, you know what it takes to get through recovery. You know what it takes to get in and get detoxed, and to just take that next step. You know what it's like to go in knowing that you did it for the family, and knowing that you weren't going to, be there. You're just going to go through the motions so that, the wife, the mother, the father let you back into the house. See, I did it. I did the rehab, and, bullshit your way right through it. They're out there, they know it. And, the first time, second time, third time, I don't care how many times you go in, as long as every time you go in you have a seed planted, and that moves you closer and more into the recovery process, because that's what we need today. We need this system to help us, and it's going to take us to make that happen. So who's with me? Come on board. Come on my wagon, and we'll make a stand. Let's start screaming from the rooftops. It is almost 15 hours. Oh my God, I am tired. 15 minutes left. If you have to share something, please do. Put it in the comments. Larry's here. He's listening. Eric might still be here listening. Marge is here. Come on, let's go. Let's get it heard. Let's see what we can help you with. I will let you know the next guest. I'm waiting to see what will happen. I don't want to bring somebody in when we had the weather that we had. So, Colleen, who will be our guest on a different Friday, she will let me know what Friday is best for her, and we'll have her on. She's got a very deep story to share, and such hope in her healing process. She shares so much of her journey on Facebook, and I look forward and I hope that she can give people out there that may need help some guidance, and share some support and some help. Not much going on that I've heard. I keep seeing after fact things coming up. Every other Wednesday is our family support that I have been attending for 8.5 years. So this past Wednesday, which I did miss, which I have not missed many of them at all, was our family support group at Livingren in Bensalem campus off of Humeville Road. That is from 6:30 now until 8. We have the room till 8:30. On the opposite Wednesdays, which will be this coming up Wednesday, will be the family education with Dana Cohen. She is also 6:30 to 8. And also look into the Southern Bucks Recovery Southern Bucks Recovery Community Center, which is ProAct. They are hey Heather, hey, yes, we are well. When are you coming on the show? You better come on before this event that they have coming up, and let me just get the date if you want to put the date in there also. Unfortunately, I will not be around for that, and I am rather bummed about that, but let me get in here and find Ezra's Hope. Heather Rither, who is in our comments there, is from Ezra's Hope. They run a amazing program organization for loved ones that have lost somebody from the throes of addiction. And she's been a bit busy, so we have coming up Saturday, June 22nd, 2024, at 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. a sit-down comedy show, and that is at 9 Cabot Boulevard, East Langhorne. It is going to be in the Raymore and Flanagan building, but they have that event coming up to help raise money. Since COVID, they have been on kind of a hiatus, but they are back up and running and looking to help the families of somebody that has lost a loved one. I am trying to work around trying to get there, but there's so much coming up with me that I'm trying. Great group of people. Her and her mother are very strong in getting the help for the families that have been affected by this. And Heather, if you want to call in at 267-737-8031, we are here, we are listening. You can give us some information or share anything with us. We have 15 minutes left in the show, but we would love to hear from you as well, since you can't be here because you're a busy little bee. So they are doing families and children. We want to do a fundraiser for the kids for Christmas, which is something they also help out with. But you can check them out, look them up on Facebook, and see what events they're coming up with for their fundraisers. Let's see. So we have the family support through ProAct as well, Tuesdays, and I think it's Thursdays. Check them out. They are in Bristol, PA, and they have a great program. They do the Smart Recovery program through ProAct, and I'm hoping to get back there as soon as possible to help them with that family program. And you know, and you still have your Nar-Anon, Al-Anon That's for the families of those that have been affected by substance use. So check them out as well. And of course, those that are in their throes of substance use, you can also check out the different groups out there: NA, AA, CA. I forget there's so many out there, but they're out there. Look them up. Get to meetings. Get the help that you need and the support that you need. We have a caller calling in, and over there. Well, hello, caller.
You like totally like said the number. I'm like, oh my gosh, it went too quick for my brain today. I've been under the weather, and then I'm like, oh, what a dummy is right in the corner on the left hand side.
You're good. You're absolutely good.
Woo! Like a moment of hello, airhead. Long time no talk. How are you?
I know. I am good. And yourself? Besides under the weather.
There's a lot of chaos going on.
I know. I see it on Facebook. It's not fun.
I'm not in jail yet.
No, thank God. And I don't know if you want to introduce yourself. I'm not going to give your name away, but
you go ahead. I'm Heather, the one and the only.
Yes.
I run with Ezra's Hope. It's a teamwork, and Lori was part of the board, but she's super busy, so she's got her own thing going on, which is understood. We help family members left behind with addiction. I was one who was left behind. I will eventually make it down to you, I promise you.
Yes.
What are you? You're every Friday night from what time to what time?
We are every Friday night from 9 to 10:30.
Okay. All right. So I'll have to put it in my calendar because I'm like now trying to put everything in the calendar and get everything on. Single mom issues.
Yeah, and Heather's got a couple kids.
Quite a few.
She's a busy little girl. I don't even know how she has that many children and to look like she could only have two.
Oh my gosh, no. I've been going to the gym, sweetheart.
and now
I have to.
And now a grandmom of two. So
I know. He's so cute. The baby's adorable, and Lily's just so funny. She's a hilarious little baby.
Yeah.
But we've been through the ringer with all this addiction stuff, and it's just no fun, and everybody is it's a teamwork, and we figured we'd target the family members because there's not many resources for family members out there,
right,
to help get them on their feet or whatever. So we've been quiet. We've been quiet since COVID. We've kept it alive, paid the taxes, and did our due diligence with everything.
Right, exactly.
And now, Laughs for Recovery has pretty much reached out to me and was like, "Would you do this?" And I was like, okay, so let me find a place, and then Raymore Flanagan offers it to us, and it's freaking amazing. The place is huge, and we cannot wait. We're not sure how many tickets will be sold. Right now we're selling tickets. Nobody knows who we really are, so it's not that I'm going to say it's a struggle, it's just a struggle. Plus, I don't know if it's a good time of year either, because Father's Day and summer, and we have some tickets sold, but we wanted to have a lot more sold. But you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. We'll take what we can get right now and build up what we had. Because before we did really well when we had our bingo, and that was pre-COVID. And COVID pretty much knocked everything down. And I said, Mom, we got to get back out there. Every time I turn on Facebook, I'm like, there is somebody left behind, and another grandparent's raising a grandchild, or another father is raising their child, and their mother is raising a child, and losing their loved ones. It's like every time you turn around, there's somebody losing somebody. And I said, these poor children, we have to come back out and do something.
Right.
So we're going to do this, and then there's talks of us maybe possibly doing a children's toy drive. I wanted to do Christmas in July, but it's too late now.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard getting that together.
Right. So I figured maybe if we can do like start working and hustling and see how this turns out, and then just slowly build up our not clientele, but our people who want to follow us.
Right,
Um,
exactly.
and I'm clientele is my clients. I work with special needs. So
Right.
anyhow, but build up our rapport with people out there to say, oh, you know what, they do help. I know them from helping such and such. Like we tell people all over the United States. We send packages for all over the night. We still do that too. I got to get them together too. We mail packages across the United States for recovery for people who have had a loss. We also put a secret into our packages that we send across the country. We've sent out hundreds of letters across the country. Now we got to get back into that. I want to partner up with Montgomery County. I want to partner up with not just Montgomery, but Bucks County Correctional Facility, or not the facilities, but probation officers, and see if maybe they can have their people who are on probation start writing the letters, so I can letters of hope basically, and then ship them
Yes.
across the country. So
Yes.
that's what we do. It's basically us in a nutshell, and what my mind can handle today.
Right.
But that, I mean, you can tell more about us. I definitely have to get on there and hang out,
Yes.
talk, and do whatever. But
And if
I'll
you do, I'll take you to Apollo's for your.
oh my gosh, the best place that we went to last time.
Oh, yes.
I better not eat that day because I'll have to be in the gym for the next like 50 days, 50 hours.
But also reach out and I'll give you their information. ProAct, they can help you. They have a lot of volunteers that may be willing to help with writing out letters for you guys.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yes, let me know because I want to start doing that again too. Because again, we have had letters of mothers and fathers who have had a loss. We have mothers who have had a loss. Each one gets a special secret, just the people who have had a loss. And then we have people who are in recovery that I ship letters to across the country as well.
And ProAct also has a building in Montgomery County, Philadelphia, and Chester as well. So, and Doylestown. So, a good group to get in contact with as well.
Yeah, I got to start networking again. I was doing pretty good. Again, COVID knocked everything down. So we're coming back, and I want to come stronger than ever, but it's going to take time. It's going to take time for people to realize who we are, and Rome wasn't built in a night. So
exactly.
We're here, and if people need help, we're here. We're from the baby stages as we were from the beginning. So
baby steps.
And it is what it is, and it's all in control, and God's in control, because it's not our control, it's God's control. So that's what it comes down to. And he's going to lead it and however he wants to lead it. So, but definitely let's get together. Let's make a date and I'll swing down, I guess, one Friday night. We'll make a date.
Absolutely.
Not at the shore, because I know you love the beach and everything like that. So
yes.
I'm just working. That's all I'm doing is working. I'm hoping to get a new job, but I'm working.
And bring Mama down with you.
I will, absolutely. But I hope you're well. Everything is going good in your neck of the woods?
Yep, so far so good.
So far so good.
Jackson
The babies are so cute.
Graduated kindergarten, so we're on the move.
Aww.
Yep. Gonna try
I know.
and
They grow
enjoy
so
the summer.
fast.
Yes.
Well, I hope you enjoy the summer. I'll be down. So let's set a date, text me, call me, whatever, because I'm the one who's really bad with it.
Well, you have a couple kids to deal with, so
600 million.
And Eric says, Critter, the poem you wrote was awesome. It was.
I was going through my phone last night, and I remember writing that. Remember when we did After Dark?
Yeah.
And Amanda read it in the group the one time. I remember Amanda reading it in the group. I miss our After Dark. That was the best thing ever.
Well,
and it helped me. It helped me get through a lot of things at that time.
Exactly.
And I started writing, and we all became very close. And
yes.
And then I remember Amanda reading my poem. And I'm like, wow, that's a really good poem.
Yes.
You wrote it.
Yeah, exactly. God,
I forgot I had it.
Yeah.
And I was going through them. I was like, man, I need to start writing again. And I started looking at my old poems, and this one popped up, and it was like one of my favorite poems that I've ever
Yes.
written.
Well,
And it just, that took me like an hour to write because it was just like things were just going through my head. It's like
Right.
ADD. It's just like ding, 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 ding. And I'm like,
yep.
I got to get this together.
And if you want to pop it onto my page, please feel free to do so.
If you want to steal it, that's fine. Go
Okay,
ahead. Literally, I've had
I'm
people
good.
ask me.
I will steal it and pop it onto my page. So
Yeah, that's fine. Not a big deal. I mean,
Yes.
share it away. I think something needs to be tweaked a little bit, but people are like, no, just leave it the way it is.
exactly.
I'm like, okay.
That's the fresh moment. Like that's where it's at. So just that's where it's at. Keep it right where it is.
Yeah, I know. I had somebody reach out to me like, that poem was freaking powerful. I'm like, well, I mean, it's very deep.
Yes.
It's kind of a deep thought process that I went down a rabbit trail one day, and I'm not an addict, but I was thinking, this is what happens. What do we know what happens?
Exactly.
when they're going through an overdose or something like that.
Mhm.
And that's what came to my mind. Is this what happens? And
Exactly.
and then God's on the other side waiting, and
Yeah.
trying to push you back. So, and it was good. I was surprised at how well it was written for me. I'm not a big writer, but, so, yep, share away. Do what if you
Awesome.
want to take it. But
Awesome.
keep in touch. Let's make a date, and I'll come on down.
Sounds good.
And if anybody can get out and come on out to Raymore and Flanagan, I cannot wait to see what happens. It's crazy.
Yes.
People are like, is this true? I'm like, yes, it's so true.
No, really, and it's a comfortable seating.
Oh, I cannot wait. We picked the best section ever. It's like reclining chairs only. It's crazy. They're like, here, we have this section for you over here. We're going to take you through a little tour. That Raymore and Flanagan's huge. I'm like, Montgomery County's up here. Montgomeryville is tiny as anything. And
Exactly.
they're like, that's the smallest store ever. I'm like, yeah, yours is like ginormous. And she's like, I know. I'm like, this is going to be like the best thing ever. So
That is so
come
cool.
on out. It'll be fun. We have the comedians coming, and I
Good.
can't wait to work and talk to Eric and see how it all unfolds. It'll be fun.
Right, and a lot of people follow them, so hopefully you'll get a good following, and you guys will do well. I'm pushing for you. I'm sharing it. I'm trying to get out there for that too. I would love to be out there and see you guys. So I'm working.
Yeah, we're doing raffles tomorrow. We're gonna start getting them. I said, let's get the raffle baskets up. Like I have a Michael Kors bag from when we had a bingo, just sitting in our. I was hope just stand by till we come back out again. And I'm like, let's get rid of this Michael Kors bag. It's the shape of a heart, so there's gonna
Right.
be also stuff in there.
Right.
And like there's just, it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun. I think there's going to be several different raffles. We have Longwood Gardens. We have Crayola. We have, who else do we have? There's a couple of Chipotle. Everybody likes Chipotle.
I love Chipotle.
Yeah. So we're going to put several different baskets together. My mom and I are going out tomorrow to pick up some stuff. And, we're just going to try and make it happen. And whatever money we bring in is the money that we're going to start raising for families left behind again. And,
Awesome.
So get our funds back up so we can help
Right.
more people.
And anybody out there that is willing to either support with a ticket to see the show, 2 to 5, it is a good show. I've been to their shows. And if you can't make it out, maybe you want to help them out with a raffle basket, something of your favorite things, gift certificates, a service that you do. I will make sure that they get it, and
we will make sure you are known that you've given and donated, and we appreciate it. And if they want to, we have our EIN number if they want to have it a write-off and stuff like that. It's time to kick back and start doing this again.
yes, and I will set up a basket of essential oils for you guys
Okay.
to raffle off
I
as well.
appreciate it.
Not a problem.
I appreciate it. But let me know when you want me to come on down. I'll make sure my calendar is free. I would love to get on and chat and see you. It's been like forever.
Awesome.
But
I know, it's been forever.
I know, it's been way too long. I think pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Like, COVID shut everything down. My whole life has just been chaos.
Exactly.
So-
Exactly. We're trying to catch up now.
I know, and you have no idea. People are like, Heather, when are you coming out? I'm like, oh, I hate to leave my house, but you know what? I'll make a
Exactly.
calendar appointment for you. So,
Exactly. All right,
But
guys.
have fun.
Yes.
I will chat with you. Keep in touch, and let's make a date.
Love you, girl.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye. So, guys, it is a little over 10:30, and I don't mind it for her. But we will be back here next Friday. We'll either have Colleen or we won't. But we will be back here from 9 to 10:30 next Friday. See you there, everybody. Peace out.